Thank you, Lucky. And Assalamualaikum and very good morning. I think, okay, I think just now, still talking about the journey, Ericsson. But now I am trying to share with you what we are here. You will see the 5G showcase, and I'm looking into showing you what the journey towards 5G. So after this, when you visit the IC 5G, hopefully you can understand, so you can see what is 5G all about. I just go straight to this slide where it will shows that the journey towards this 5G. Here I want to share with you three things that will happen when you're moving from earlier as a first generation back in 1980s to the 5G that will be happening in 2020, right? And it happened that it occurs every 10 years, every decade. The generations have changed. It started with first generation. Three things I mentioned. One thing is in terms of broadband, in terms of speed. You're looking into the first generation, you're looking into speed speed. There is no data. You move to second generation, when you move from analog to digital, you're talking about speed, voice and also low data rate. At the time, you remember, you have GPRS, 100 kilobit, H, and so on. You move to 3G, again, you are talking about speed. You increase to 2 megabit, and then you go to HSPA, about 100, what you call 14 megabit, then HSPA plus to 20 megabit. Move further again about speed, increasing 4G to 100 megabit, and LTE in 4G can support up to 1 gigabit. And when it comes to 5G, what is it? It still increase the speed? I think yes, it will be one of the features that 5G have is to enhance further the broadband. We are looking into 10 gigabit from 1 gigabit. That's what we want to show here. You will see later in the showcase that 5G can support IQ looking at 10 gigabit. But what they have been achieved so far in the prototype that you will see in the next slide, it can show up to 18 gigabit. Okay, that will be demonstrated later. Okay. Second thing I want to talk about the journey to 5G is on terms of latency. So latency means your round trip. You make a call back to here. When you're talking about voice circuit switch, real time. You need to have one channel for voice. You go to second generation, you have voice and also data separate. Circuit switch and packet switch. You go to 4G, you're looking into all packet, all IP, because latency reduced. From 2G, 3G, more than 100 milliseconds, it goes to 10 milliseconds, for example, where you can do voice over IP. That's why in 4G you can see they can do voice over LTE. Your voice, your ears can still tolerate with a delay of 10 milliseconds. But what about 5G? What beside what? That's why 5G are looking into latency of 1 millisecond. This is critical mission. That's why you are looking into remote surgery. You are looking into autonomous car, no drivers. So these are the things that require 1 millisecond. They require really real time. Okay? Remote surgery, doctor can be anywhere. Doing operation. Latency have 1 millisecond, like zero distance. So this is other thing you see, the next thing I want to say that why you're moving from one generation to fifth generation is the efficiency, spectrum efficiency. As you know, you use mobile wireless, there will be spectrum is very important. Okay, then if you can utilize the spectrum more efficiently, if you move further from FDFA, I think most of you are students, you know that what the frequency division, you go to TDMA, improve further to CDMA and OFDMA. 5G we not sure yet because standards haven't been specified, only by 2020. Why they move there? Because to get more efficiency. So that the amount of spectrum you have, more bits can be put there. Because the spectrum is limited. With that, you see, important standard. Okay? The standard means first generation in 80s. They are talking about voice only. That's why roaming is not possible moving from country to country. UK one standard, Europe have multiple standards. US they have their standard, right? But there is if we move to second generation, again considering the regional standard, GSM, European standard. But when it comes to 3G, besides having the broadband that you see increasing further, they are looking into global standard. That's why ITU is talking about standardizing it. Start from 3G, you can see called IMT 2000. As I mentioned, move to 4G, it require 1 gigabit for, basically when talking about 1 gigabit means when you are here accessing the internet. But if you are moving very fast speed, 300 kilometer per hour in fast train, your connection to the internet has to be 100 megabit. That is the requirement. That's what we mean by IMT advanced. 5G, as I mentioned to you again, enhanced broadband, 10 gigabit, 1 gigabit everywhere. So that is the requirement. Okay. Okay. With that, you can see here, IMT advanced 4G moving to 5G from 1 gigabit to 10 gigabit. This is evolution. You don't have 5G, no problem. You can fall back to 4G, like what you have now. You have 4G, no 4G, you go back to 3G and so on. But 5G, again, why you need to have latency slow and massive. Another is capacity. You integrating other things. New RAM. This is the thing that's special. That's why they call 5G a special generation. Okay? Besides having evolution, having more broadband, connectivity is very important. Latency is very important. We are talking about capacity is very important because and with this you can see here what happened. They're looking into all missions human are wirelessly connected by 2020. You're looking into about 25 billion connected devices. Okay? Before they said that 50 billion, but now they reduced to maybe 25, 29 billion. And you means that your population, world population is only 7 billion. Which means that 2/3 surrounding you are connected to internet. Things are all connected to internet, not only people. So you require very massive. That's why one of the things is 10 gigabit, the requirement, but you will see later next law can go up to 80 gigabit, 90 gigabit. Latency is 1 millisecond. That's the requirement. But up to now, you can see that I think it should go up to 3 milliseconds. We will demonstrate that. But you still have time in 2020 to get 1 millisecond there. Right? Ultra reliable has to be reliability is very important. Because if a doctor doing a remote surgery, you don't expect that the network will be down. While you're doing down, robot and stop, and what happens? That you have to be very reliable. And long battery life. Because you can talking about your phone is always been connected. Your sensors put there 5 years time, you have to need to very long time. So those are the features that you will see here. You see that I think one of the very important application in 5G is the maybe wireless broadband. You're talking about 10 gigabits there. As a backhaul, you can have that. So this may be one of the applications. Okay, again, you see just now you need capacity. 3 things you require to get capacity. One is the bandwidth. When you're talking about bandwidth, means what you have now, not enough. Below 6 gigahertz. If you do carry, even to get LTE, you do carry irrigation. The only thing that you have to move to higher band. That's why you see here why we do a testing here of 28 gigahertz. This is the band potential band for 5G. 20 gigahertz, you have a lot of capacity, long bandwidth available around this here. Okay. Another thing you did in 5G, the cell is small, only up to 200 meters. Why? We need to have very good signal-to-noise ratio to get the capacity. And you will see that the 5G is a MIMO. You know LTE, they have 8 by 8 the base station. But when you're talking about 5G, they're talking about massive. Massive means many. You can see inside the lab clear that one antenna, they have 4 there. One of these, they have 64 by 8 by 8 and 8 by 8 adjacent to. They are 64. So this will be massive. Okay, so those are the examples that they will have there. Okay, So that means this will be why the frequency there. And you can see that the beam toward in the 5G are all beam forming, steering beam. Beam will follow you. What you have now is omni or centralized, fixed. You are accessing that. But when you're talking about 5G, you're talking about beam forming. By having an array, by having your beam can be narrow, and then the beam will be following you. That also will be demonstrated in the lab. You can see that we have two UE. Over there you can see UE is in the trolley. UE means user equipment. But once it's been finalized by 23 and so on, that UE will become here, will be inside part of this. And you can see also later, when we move the UE, that the beam will be following. That is a beam forming. This is what the 5G will have. Okay? So that will provide that. I won't go more in detail here because of the time, but anyway, we're looking into, these are the potential band for 5G. ITU WRC15 already have specified what the spectrum in 5G will be between 28 to 86. These are the potential band. The entry band for 5G, most of the country go is 28 gigahertz. US, you know, in Korea there will be a first pilot 5G showcase in 2018 when they have the Olympic, Winter Olympic. Japan will be the first commercial 5G in 2020. Will be demonstrating that. And then the entry frequency where you need a common band, so then it will be 28. That's why we are using the 28 gigahertz. Right? We have to apply AA from the MCMC for us to demonstrate. You can see the rail, actually the 5G base station there. You can see the UE of 5G, but not in the phone, but in the trolley. But we can, what the function of that part is to demonstrate throughput, the requirement more than 10 gigahertz. But we can achieve the 18 gigabit, okay? Latency. And then of course capacity means, I already mentioned to you, you need to have bandwidth. That's why you need to have those things. So those are the things